Welcome. I'd like to extend a very warm welcome to you, our staff and volunteers, our friends and families, and our trustees and ambassadors. My name is Liz Searle and I'm the Chief Executive here at Keech Hospice Care. We normally have many events here at the hospice at this time because it's a special time when Christmas approaches and we can offer the opportunity to celebrate and remember together. But this year has been a very different year in many ways. Last December, we did not anticipate that we would have a second wave of the pandemic, and in some ways, this was worse than the first. Many of us have lost loved ones. Many of us haven't been able to spend the time with loved ones that we would have wished, and some of us have been reminded of past losses and bereavements. These experiences bring us together, and today we remember and celebrate together. Many of you know how much it means to achieve the little things in life, especially at times of great difficulty. We have been reminded in the pandemic how important those little things are, whether it's a hug, a chat, a moment, a precious memory. I am very proud that we've been able to continue to care and support our community during this pandemic. This year we continue to support many more people, both patients and families and friends. An amazing achievement considering the challenges that faced us. And yet we've continued to provide really personalised care, which is the heartbeat of our hospice. So to our event today, one of our values is that we take care of each other. And this event is a wonderful example of that. Keech Hospice Care is a place to celebrate life and all its rich tapestry of sadness, but also of smiles, joy and laughter. And today, as we light up our tree, it's all of us that can have those precious and treasured memories and hold them close. But today I have a message of hope too. We hope that the darkest of times has passed, and we hope that you will find peace. I'd like to finish with a poem by Emily Dickinson, Hope. Hope is the thing with feathers that perches in the soul. It sings the tune without the words and never stops at all. And sweetness in the gale is heard, and sore must be the storm that could abash this little bird and kept so many warm. I've heard it in the chilliest lands and on the strongest seas, yet never in extremity has it asked a crumb of me. I'd like to wish you peace and hope at this time. Thank you.
We light this candle as a symbol, bringing together our sadness, our joys, our uncertainties, our hope. The flame reminds us of our love, of those we continue to love, and of those who have loved us. We now invite you to light your candles.
I never thought that a day like this would come, where I go on when you have gone. But in unexpected places there are signs of your life that sing out like songs of hope in the night. soul, I find a sense of peace to hold. And in my heart, wherever I go, I feel it all around, the echo of your love that goes on. We may be apart, but I know that you will be found in the echo of your love that goes on. The echo of your love goes on. The echo of your love goes on. When I hear your echo in the air, calling with each step I take, it's everywhere. Brings comfort in times of pain, and I believe I'll be with you again. I'll be with you again. And in my heart, wherever I go, I feel it all around, the echo of your love carries on. We may be apart, but I know that you will be found in the echo of your love that goes on. The echo of your love goes on. The echo of your love goes on.
My Memory Library by Sarah B. Blackstone. Imagine if I was given one moment, just a single slice of my past. I could hold it close forever, and that moment would always last. I'd put the moment in a safe within my heart's abode. I could open it when I wanted, and only I would know the code. I could choose a time of laughing, a time of happiness and fun. I could choose a time that tried me through everything I've done. I sat and thought about what moment would always make me smile, one that would always push me to walk that extra mile. If I am feeling sad and low, if I'm struggling with what to do, I can go and open my little safe and watch my moment through. There are moments I can think of that would lift my spirits every time. The moments when you picked me up, when the road was hard to find. For me, to only pick one moment to cherish, safe and keep, it's proving really difficult, so I've gathered up a heap. I've dug deep within my heart, found the safe and looked inside. There was room for lots of moments, in fact, hundreds if I tried. I'm building my own little library, embedded in my heart, for all the moments spent with you before you had to part. I can open it whenever I like, pick a moment and watch it through. My little library acts as a promise, I'll never ever forget you.
Macaulay Culkin, who played Kevin in the Home Alone films, once said something so unexpectedly profound it forced me to use this quote in an essay that I was writing. And while the essay got a pretty rotten mark, as most of mine did, the quote at least stays with me. He said, "I'm a collection of thoughts and memories and likes and dislikes. I'm all the things that have happened to me, and I'm the sum of everything I've done. I'm the clothes that I wear on my back, and I'm every place and every person and every object I've ever come across. I'm a bag of bones stuck to a very large rock, spinning at 1,000 miles an hour." After my mum died, I spent some initially unhappy weeks going through her old possessions, and I was trying to filter down all the things that it would be practical to hang on to, and making impossible decisions of what to give away or, sadly, what to throw away. And it wasn't made any easier by her being a bit of a hoarder for family nostalgia. Things like her diaries, her personal letters, the landmark birthday cards, photographs, and some recordings of her singing on a cassette tape that needed to be tightened with a pencil to make it work. Even beloved Christmas ornaments and her fancy scent bottles and a few items of clothing. Where do you begin? It was a horrible job. But as the days and the weeks went by, something changed. When placed together collectively, these highly personal things, these sights and sounds and even smells placed Mum right in front of me, as memory after memory flooded back. Yeah, it was a heartbreaking task, but it also became magical too. The irony was that Mum kept most of this stuff to herself, thinking that nobody would show any interest in these things at all. I mean, I never even knew she kept a diary. In truth, Mum left way too soon. But through these images, these sounds, these smells, she's still very much with all those who loved her. The world in which we live today sometimes feels a cold and rather transient existence, forcing us to inhabit the now. These days, many memories are often made and shared on social media, but then may also be as temporary as the life of the iPhone itself. I've lost forever all the early photos and film clips of my daughters when my phone was stolen. 100+ irreplaceable memories literally stolen from me in a moment. Our lives are precious, and they are irreplaceable, and worth so much more than that. We may be that big bag of bones stuck to a very large rock, spinning at 1,000 miles an hour. But each one of us is also an amazing individual collection of thoughts and memories of things that have happened to us, of our likes and of our dislikes. And we are every place and every person and every object that we've ever come across, utterly unique in every way. Without some kind of physical evidence, when we do one day leave this world, we actually risk leaving a traceless presence. We risk our grandchildren and our great-grandchildren never really knowing who we were or what we were about. But in our reminiscing and reflection, in that occasional stroll down memory lane, we are always blessed with an opportunity to exist, but also exist outside and even beyond the present. True memories are indeed a blessing for ourselves, yeah, of course they are, but also a blessing which can be shared with the whole world.
I heard your voice in the wind today by Anon. I heard your voice in the wind today, and I turned to see your face. The warmth of the wind caressed me as I stood silently in place. I felt your touch in the sun today as its warmth filled the sky. I closed my eyes for your embrace, and my spirit soared high. I saw your eyes in the window pane as I watched the falling rain. It seemed as each raindrop fell, it quietly said your name. I held you close in my heart today. It made me feel complete. You may have died, but you are not gone. You will always be a part of me. As long as the sun shines, the wind blows, the rain falls, you will live on inside of me forever, for that is all my heart knows.